Hello, everyone. My name is Annette Anthony. I'm the Director of Corporate Engagement for Exit Realty Corp International, and I'm so delighted that you've decided to join us here today for our monthly Tech and R. Now, if this is your first visit with us, we're so happy to have you, and we do this every fourth Wednesday of the month at noon Eastern Standard Time. This is where we have conversations about technology over a webinar, hence the name Tech and R. Right? My favorite of all is especially when I get to have a conversation about our exit proprietary technology. Now, today we're going to have a conversation about how exits technology helps our exit associates gain the advantage when it comes to buyers and sellers. Now, I want to just go ahead and dive in. And what I'd really like to do is tackle what you can do to ensure that you get to serve more buyers and sellers. But first, what I want to do is I want to tackle the conversation with buyers and knowledge. Knowing what is most important to buyers is where you can make the difference. So let's talk about 5-star reviews. Now, if you're a real estate sales professional and maybe you don't have reviews just yet, knowing what buyers are really interested in enjoying during their real estate sales experience is very telling. And you can read about reviews, right, and what buyers are most interested by reading other people's reviews. Because don't you want to know what was really important about the transaction? That's where you can really lean in. Now, what I discovered is taking a look at buyers' top phrases. What were the things that they kept saying in reviews over and over again? Some of the things that they were saying is just the on-demand-ish, right, availability of the agent that they worked with. Also, quick, being able to connect with their agent quickly when they needed to. They were also talking about responsible, and I don't mean the legalistic way, the response time. They were very responsive when they were describing responsible as well as available. So this was a study that was done by embracehomeloans.com, and it was really interesting. So you can go back and read about buyers' top phrases, but I thought those were very interesting. In fact, they also talked about buyers' must-haves. Now let's lean in a little bit into these. First of all, being an agent that's tech savvy. Now I know I've talked to thousands of real estate agents across North America, and it is quite common that some agents will say, Annette, I am not tech savvy. Well, I always lean into that agent and say, but are you willing to learn? And of course, they always say, well, of course I'm willing to learn. And I always let them know, you should stop telling yourself that you are not tech savvy because your subconscious, right? It doesn't know the difference of whether you're saying a joke about yourself or whether you're telling a truth or a fear. So it's just important to change your words. And if buyers are looking for agents who are tech savvy, make sure that you're telling yourself, hey, I'm willing to learn about new technologies. That's better. The other is they want someone who's helpful. You may have heard when you're working with someone in sales, you walk into a sales, let me give you an example. You walk into a sales store, maybe it might be a clothing store or a shoe store. Having someone that's helpful is always welcomed, not someone who's going to follow you and try to get you to buy something, right? So think of that example, that when you're working with consumers or you're just engaging with people, it's so important just to be helpful and not try to pinpoint them into a corner. Another must-have, they said, of course, local knowledge. That goes without saying, which is really important, especially when you have people that are coming into the area that are not familiar at all. So that local knowledge really is important. Now, people skills, I don't think I have to go too deep into that topic, but partner. When they said buyers must-haves, they wanted a partner, not just a real estate agent. I thought that was really compelling. Now let's take a look over on the right-hand side. Home search was really important for buyers, but doing so in the most digitally savvy ways. We're going to talk about that in some demonstrations. Also, what buyers really appreciated most is the way that they wanted to communicate. And what I found was interesting is that they primarily wanted texting and email almost exclusively, okay? They also wanted information so that it helps making their decision helps them tremendously with their in being able to make a strong decision, but also intimate knowledge of the local area, and they wanted a personal connection. When if you've purchased a property, I purchased a few in my lifetime, and there is nothing better than working with someone who makes you feel as though they have a vested interest in what it is that you're really looking for. It's not about their commission. It's about making sure that my husband and I were happy and that our family was going to be happy during the transaction. That was really important when it comes to a personal connection. So keep that in mind. Now, I'd like to share with you a little bit about how we do this. We have what we call building blocks. Our technology at Exit is stackable. And what that means is it's not just one and done. And it's certainly not that one tool doesn't talk to the other tools, right? We make sure that it's stackable, that each can be used to reinforce one another. And that's important because as consumers, we're all consumers. They all have different ways of connecting and engaging and searching for information, and being able to provide them multiple ways is really important. Just like this quote, right? Reinforce your value, not force. That's actually tweetable. If you want to go ahead and take a screenshot of this picture, that would be great. Share this on social media, because you definitely, right? You probably will relate with this quote about the importance of really demonstrating the real estate sales professional that you are, and that you are someone that people can depend on, and you're reliable, and you're steady, and you enjoy working with people, and you're a proven professional. You don't force that, right? But all the things that you do, whether you do them on social and you display them, they're those additional building blocks that really resonate with the professional that you are. So let's talk about the first building block. Okay, the first building block is our mobile business card. And the mobile business card is a great way, because if you've ever been, let me grab one. If you've ever been somewhere and somebody asked you for a business card, this is one of the most basic tools a real estate professional should have. But I've been guilty of this, where someone asked me for my card. We were networking, we're at an event. They're like, "Oh, Annette, do you have a business card?" And I'm like digging in my pockets, digging in my purse at the bottom, and the little secret zipper pocket compartments. And I came up short, right? What does that say? It says you're not prepared. You should have one, right, ready to go. But most of the times agents leave these at home. Now, I don't take paper cards with me anywhere. What I use paper cards for is my handwritten notes exclusively. I use what we call our mobile business card. Now, I know what you're saying. You're probably thinking, well, Annette, there are other companies that have mobile business cards, and you're right. And what you have to consider is that those platforms, they charge you a fee, either a setup fee, for sure a monthly fee. You have to set up your branding information. Oftentimes your leads are stuck in their system. You can't export them out. So you have to consider those things if that's what you're willing to risk when you're doing business with companies like that. We provide this as a member benefit for our agents, and there's no cost, right? And when they come on board, we make sure that they have their branding set up. Once their branding is set up, it automatically touches on all of their marketing. So they look ready to go. And right from the moment they said yes to Exit, they have a mobile business card that they can set up. They can, and what I mean by set up is they can create their own vanity code for their mobile business card. It goes through an approval process. So they pick out their vanity code, they see if it's available, and it gets approved, or maybe it gets kicked back. But the agent has the ability to create their own custom vanity code. And that's important because most agents have their own branding to consider, and they love this. Now, the mobile business card, we encourage the associates to share this with their potential clients. So think about buyers, right? We're concentrating on buyers. And when you're in networking situations, you might not have your business card with you. But I can assure you, you have your mobile business card, you have your mobile phone, and you know exactly where your mobile phone is at all times, right? That's why it's important to leverage your mobile business card, because any opportunity can come up. a potential buyer can say, you know what, I would love to connect with you further. How can we stay connected? You've got your mobile device. You can have them text your vanity code to 85377, and now they're connected with you. So anytime, they're on demand. And that's one of the things that they're really emphasizing on the importance. Here's something else. Our mobile business cards, when you select download card, now I had to take 3 separate screenshots of what you get because you get so much information. So if I'm a consumer and I downloaded Sharon's mobile business card, the beauty is I have everything I need to connect with her. When I connect with her and I download her card information, everything is downloaded. So her photo, her name, her company name, I can call, text, I can video, I can email, I even can get directions from her office. It shows me all of her contact information. So her work, her mobile, her other work phone number, her email address, her mailing address to her office, her mailing address to her corporate office, which I know we've just recently changed our corporate office, so I'll have to update that in my contact for Sharon. But it also shows her website. It shows the name of her brokerage and also Exit Realty Corp International. So it gives you everything because consumers, when they need to reach you in multiple different ways, providing them with more information than they'll ever need is really important. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. Also, in the mobile business card, we give associates the ability to show their consumer that, hey, you can download my app as well. So we have a button on the associate's mobile business card that says download app. And this is especially important for potential buyers because they can download the consumer side of the Exit Realty Connect app. Some of our agents might be thinking, we have a consumer app? Absolutely. And the best part is when the consumer connects with you as an Exit associate, your branding is all over it, which is fantastic. It's pretty subtle, right? What you see predominantly on the app are all the resources that you want consumers to use regularly. Consumers can call you. They can either chat with you within the app, if that's what they choose, or they can connect with you via text, which goes right to your phone. It's not a weird number texting you, okay? They can email you. They can see lots of details about you. They can go to your home search. They also can view their saved listings. Those are the main buttons up on the top. But what they can also do is do what they love. They've got home search. They can save their listings. But let me point a few things that I really enjoy about the consumer side of the app. First of all, they can send a referral, which is important. That's what you want them to do, right? If they enjoy you and they're already experiencing your service, you're helpful, you're a partner, right? You've made a great personal connection with them. They're going to meet someone who perhaps might be in the same situation, might be a buyer looking to work with a representative, and they're working with you and they enjoy it. Well, guess what? They can send you a referral. They can also, they can share your mobile app, which is amazing. That's what you want them to do, so they can experience utilizing the tools in your app. Another tool that I love is, let's say they share your app with their significant other, or maybe they have an adult son or daughter, okay? We have what's called Connect Account. So both of them can connect their accounts together. That's powerful because now it's a collaboration tool where they can both see what each other is searching, what they're favoriting, right? What saved properties. That makes it collaborative. All the while you get to see what they're doing, and that's really important for buyers. Now, in addition, your mobile business card has an incredible button up at the top that says view properties near me, go. I believe that this is one of the most powerful features of the mobile business card. It's not available anywhere. There's no vendor that does this for us. This is the technology that we manage, and it gives our Exit associates the edge. When you're working with a potential buyer, they've got your mobile business card. That's great. But what if your mobile business card could also fetch the GPS area and view properties available for sale? Well, that's exactly what it does, which is amazing. That's why I have that, right? Mind blowing. So when consumers are leveraging your mobile business card, that button up at the top that says view properties near me, when they select go, it fetches their GPS location and it shows them in their area, anywhere in North America, okay, properties available for sale. Now, Sharon is in Brampton, Ontario. And when I texted to her technology, right, when I used her mobile business card, I'll just go back a screen. When I am using Sharon's mobile business card and I click on go, now I'm in beautiful Arizona. So guess what it does? Without a hitch, it fetches my GPS location. It shows me properties available for sale. This is one of my neighbors. I can click on the property and I can see exactly all the details. Now, when I say all the details, as a potential buyer, what's really important, especially when we're talking about on demand, what are the needs that they need? Look on the right-hand side. You know, consumers typically want two things, especially if they're a buyer. They want to know the pictures and the pricing, right, of homes that are available for sale. But with your exit technology, we give consumers so many data points about the listing they're interested in, the property that's for sale. The reason why this is important is because consumers don't like having to go back time and time again and ask you for more information. If they asked you, hey, could you send me school information? Is that an inconvenience? It is, actually. Or if they asked you, you know, what's the commute estimate? It'd be easy. I'd like to figure out how far this is to my property. Yeah, they can go to Google Maps, but what if your technology already had that built in? Would that be a useful resource to potential buyers? Absolutely. What if they wanted to know the neighborhood market statistics? What? They could go to Zillow, right? They could go to other national platforms to figure that out. But what if within your tools, you're able to provide them that? Would that be useful to a buyer? Absolutely, it would be. So you have to provide buyers with way more than what they asked for. And that's what our technology does. Now, when I also speak about on demand, especially for buyers, well, the Exit Realty Connect app, what it does is it provides what's called quick leads. Now, quick leads. Quick leads are designed so that you can quickly connect with potential consumers, right, in various different types. For example, when you select quick leads, you have 5 different ways that you can connect. Because we're talking about buyers, one of the opportunities is potential buyer. When you select potential buyer, you can actually send your buyer information about the home buying process. That's what this digital presentation is. And when it's received, it's very easy for the potential buyer to just scroll through the various slides about the home buying process. What you can also include is you can include a specific home area search. Is that a value? Absolutely. And you can do that within the Exit Realty Connect app, which is really helpful. You see, agents on the go need tools that will go with them, tools that will help consumers, potential buyers who are on the go as well, right? Who carry a mobile device just like you everywhere they go throughout the day. Now, let's talk about additional building blocks. We talked about the mobile business card. Let's talk about the My Smart Sign technology as well as the Exit Realty Connect app, okay? So first, the My Smart Sign technology, this is geolocation technology that enables consumers to view properties available for sale anywhere in North America. So it doesn't matter if it's a listing that's held by an independent company or if it's held by a national brand or international brand. Consumers don't care who's listing the property. They're just interested in knowing what is the information for the property. So the Exit Associate from their Exit Realty Connect app, they can select My Smart Sign and they can send a push notification to their consumer about, you know, so that the consumer can check out properties available for sale. We do that quite easily. So if you see here in this example, when you select My Smart Sign, the second screenshot in the middle, you'll see an example of what is the experience for the Exit Associate. So the Exit Associate can just tell consumers, hey, text what's for sale to the number 85377. The consumer who has their mobile device can do exactly that. And what it does is it provides them the listings and their geolocation. We also provide tools for the associate where they have a QR code that they can scan. So even those watching can take their camera app and they can hover over the QR code on your screen. And what are you going to get? You're going to be able to see the properties available for sale in your area. Now, Sharon won't mind that you're using her vanity code. She works with us at corporate. The reason why it's important for you to see by either texting what's for sale to 85377 or scanning the QR code is I want you to experience. If you are a potential buyer, what is it that you would see? Well, I want you to see. So be sure and experience that. Another thing that we've recently have done is we give the exit agents the ability to send their My Smart sign. So they can send a push notification. You'll see over on the right-hand side, you'll see the Send My Smart sign. So this is quite straightforward. You can type in your contact's first name, last name, their phone number, and their email address. But one of the most recent changes we did in early March of this year, 2023, is we added the ability for the exit agents to be able to select their contacts that are saved in their device. Now, our agents are going nuts over this. They love it. Why? Because it makes it even easier. When you select the little icon to select contacts from your device, it literally opens up the contacts in your phone. And you can select a particular contact, and when you do, it automatically fills in the information. You just simply hit send, and you're off to the races. So consumers, buyers specifically, because that's who we're talking about, they really appreciate being able to have information readily available how they enjoy receiving it. Now let's talk next about the Exit Realty Connect app. For clients, it helps them do what they love. They love to find and search for properties. We have additional enhanced search filters that makes it easy for them to do that. And when I speak about the communication factor, that's very important because they can either chat within the app and keep all the communications there, or they can utilize the text feature where they could just text you through their native text messaging app in their phone. So we love that, and I know that our buyers do too. Now let's talk about sellers. Now, as you may have heard, the market has shifted, right? Can we just say, oh, shift, right? So we're talking about a decrease throughout the United States of about 15%, less transactions than there was last year. And in Canada, they're experiencing about a 25% decrease in transactions over last year. That's pretty significant. And what that means is that the market is softening. And of course, sellers have more time to interview realtors now. They want to know, what are you going to do for me to give my home maximum exposure? It also gives buyers a little bit more time to go and look at homes and go through the process with a little bit more time. That's a great thing. But sellers are going to ask you, what do you plan on doing to market my home? And for some agents that have been in this industry and only know a crazy hot market, this is new. And it's important for you to have resources that will help you serve more sellers. So let's talk about sellers. Remember, we spoke about the building blocks for the buyers. We talked about the mobile business card, the My Smart Sign technology, and we also talked about your Exit Realty Connect app. Well, those are great building blocks also for your potential sellers. The reason I say that is because them connecting with you is paramount, so important. It's also, when they view your My Smart Sign technology, it gives them accurate, fast information about what's for sale in their community or other communities. Is that important? Yes, it is most definitely for sellers. And then you also have the Exit Realty Connect app that helps you stay further connected with your seller. But we have a couple more that I want to walk through with you. I want to talk about our Expert Marketing Suite and then the Exit Ad Center. So the Expert Marketing Suite, when an exit associate goes into, when they get a listing, okay, for us, we think that's a big deal. And with that in mind, when you have an agent who gets a listing, we send them an email letting them know that your listing has been mobilized. And what that means is we've created a suite of marketing assets that are located in the Expert Marketing Suite. And those tools are leveraged for the associate to use to give their home maximum exposure. They don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, now I have to create all this marketing. No, in fact, the marketing is already done for you. We provide the associate the ability to leverage a unique text code for that property. They can manage their leads. They get the ability to post their listing on Facebook or Google through our Exit Ad Center, and they can do so with absolute ease, super easy to do. They're provided with property flyers that they don't have to create. They can literally click and print as many flyers as they want. They're provided with 2 virtual tours. So one virtual tour has their branding on it. The other one, we strip out their branding so that they can reuse that one back in their local MLS. They also have property HTML code. So they get a digital marketing flyer that they can use, and maybe they have a digital newsletter, they want to post it on their website. We also give them 2 different variations of how to easily post it on Craigslist. So in areas where that's still very a great way to market your property, we make it easier for them to post and create a description on Craigslist to create their ad quickly. We also provide them the ability to customize their text messaging response. And that's a big deal because consumers, when they text your, information about your property, they can expect that the technology is going to spit back a response like total number of what the pricing is, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, maybe the link of the property. Consumers expect that, but what they don't expect is when the message is customized, where it makes them feel as though they're speaking to an actual human and not technology. That's what we give the associates the ability to do. They can customize the text response for every single one of their properties. In addition, they have site URLs, so single property web pages. We provide them with 3 different variations. So when a seller is asking our exit associates, what are you going to do for me, right? The associate has multitudes of ways that just reinforces, not forces, but reinforces, this is why you chose to work with me. I can provide all these things for you, and that's a great value to potential sellers. Also, in the Exit Realty Connect app, one of the things that we do is, again, associates are on the go, so it's really important that their marketing for their properties are on the go with them as well. So as you can see here in the Exit Realty Connect app under properties, this is where associates can select properties and see their properties that they can manage. And of course, their property, it includes all the information for their property, so their text code. So if an associate is on the go and maybe they want to do a quick little Instagram story or a reel, just say, hey, I've just got a great new property, text E270282 to the number 85377. They can do that on the go because they know the information here from their mobile device. They don't have to log into the resource center. It's in their app, and that's a resource. That's very helpful for them. In addition, on the right-hand side, when they click on Manage Listing, all the ways that they want to reinforce to a seller why they chose to work with them is that they can share the listing, they can open it on exitrealty.com, they can update the map pin coordinates, they can open the details about the listing in the app, they can manage it in the resource center, they can check for property leads and follow up with them quickly. They also can check the virtual tour and the property text message reply. They can customize it all here from the Exit Realty Connect app. Now let's talk about the consumer experience when they're engaging with our texting technology, okay? We encourage our exit associates to absolutely put their My Smart Sign Technology vanity code and the number to text to, which is 85377, on their yard signs for sure. Because as we know, consumers are out and about and they'll see a property that they're interested in. They want to know the details. And I'm going to give you 2 examples. In Arizona, where I live, it gets really hot in the summer. We're talking 115. So if you're watching in Canada, do the math. It's hot, okay? To take your dogs on a walk, you have to go like at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And at that time, it's beautiful. Now, when I walk in my neighborhood at that time of the morning, there's tons of people out. Well, my neighbor Cindy across the street listed her home with another company. And all she had on her sign was obviously the company name, big and prominent, the agent's name and the agent's phone number. That's it. I think the website. Now that's it. Now there's tons of people walking by, and are they really going to call the agent at 4:30 in the morning because they want more information about the property that just became listed in our neighborhood? Of course not. They're not going to call the agent. It's 4:30 in the morning. However, if they had the text code that we have, the texting technology, the consumer would be able to get access to the information quickly from their mobile device, because consumers, as you know, when they're walking their dog, don't they always carry their mobile device? Of course. So that was a missed opportunity in our neighborhood, right? However, my neighbors kept calling me saying, Annette, how much is the property being listed for? And I would just tell them, just text, and I'd give them my vanity code for my smart sign technology, and they'd be able to see not only Cindy's property, but also other properties in the neighborhood listed by any company. So good, right? Here's another example. Last couple nights ago, Brady, my husband, and I went walking, and there's a new listing in the neighborhood, and we're walking at night. They had, I don't know if you've seen this, it was a carousel on top of the sign that was illuminated with flyers, okay, like plexiglass in a circular. I'm thinking the neighborhood little crumb crunchers are going to get a hold of that carousel, and it's going to go missing. I'm almost sure of it. I was impressed because you could really see how it's pretty cool to see it at night. But I walked by and there wasn't any information that I could take with me, nothing. But if they had the text code technology that we had, not only would the consumer, potential buyer, right, would see, they could get more information on their mobile device, but every time, they're utilizing, anytime a consumer is utilizing our text code technology, the exit associate whose vanity code they're using always gets a text notification letting them know about their lead. And we provide them the verified mobile number of the consumer who's using their technology. So that would have been much more effective, right? So here's the consumer experience. When a consumer from their mobile device texts the vanity code to the number 85377, they receive a link immediately, while simultaneously the exit associate would receive the text notification too. The consumer gets to, they'll click on the link. When they click on the link, it provides them about 9 or 10 properties in their area, however far and wide that needs to go, okay? They get to select whatever property they're interested in. Once they click on the property they're interested in, it gives them all the property details. Now, remember, we talked about the types of property details, so much information. So a potential buyer gets all of that. Now, do you believe that the seller you're working with would appreciate all the detail that you're providing about their property, and you're giving that information to potential buyers? Is that important? Absolutely, it's important. Sellers want to make sure that their home is properly marketed, that as much information about their listing, about their home is put out there, that consumers don't just walk by and look at the information, but that this information can go with them. That's very important. When I talked about the associates getting a text notification, it's true. Right to their mobile device in their Exit Realty Connect app, they get a notification letting them know you just generated a lead. And they're provided with the lead information. Now, some of you that are listening are probably saying, well, this is great, Annette. And if you have listings, fantastic, right? But what if they don't have listings? Well, I can tell you this. There's two things you need. If you're an agent who's watching right now and you don't have listings, you need to do two things. Number one, you need to order your signs, your sign panels, right? Because no buyer is going to work with, no seller is going to work with an agent who doesn't have signs ready to go, right? So you want to make sure that you order signs. The next thing you need to do is book a vacation, right? And for those seasoned agents, you're laughing right now with me because it's true, right? Many have said when they book a vacation, they're ready to go. What happens? Buyers and sellers start falling from the sky. Isn't it true? And I know many who are watching this are saying, yes, that's exactly what happens. So if you don't have listings, no problem. Make sure you order your signs and get that vacation scheduled in the books, okay? But in all seriousness, I do want to tell you, there are ways that you can market your vanity code to your My Smart Sign technology to generate potential sellers who want to work with you. Now, one of the ways is, and you've seen them all the time, is on the back of your computer, right? Get yourself a custom vinyl sticker that has your vanity code for your My Smart Sign technology and the number to text to. Another way that you can leverage this to generate leads is any wearable. What are you wearing? Are you wearing a ball cap, or are you wearing a golf shirt? Do you have your water bottles or on your hydro flask? Anything that you're carrying around or you're wearing, make sure that people know, hey, here's a cool text code that they can leverage. That when they use it, it gives them the ability to check out what homes are available for sale. But here's one that's extremely popular and you're going to generate leads. I guarantee you. Here's how you do it. You create a mailer. And on the mailer, just say something like, guess what your neighbor is listing their home for, right? And then you put in your vanity code to your My Smart Sign technology to the number 85377 now. Send that mailer out to your friends, your family members, past clients, anybody in your sphere of influence, anybody that you have in your database, maybe you haven't reached out to in some time, send them that mailer. Because what are they going to do? When they receive their mail, chances are their mobile device is going to be very close by, and they'll be able to text your vanity code for your My Smart Sign technology to the number 85377. So think about this. Generating seller leads not only in the neighborhoods where you market, but imagine being able to utilize your My Smart Sign technology to market to communities or even across North America. Could you, on social media, I'm sure you have tons of connections all across North America where you can connect with people, and you can connect with them in areas where you're not serving, but if they're thinking about possibly selling their home in those areas, could you connect them with a potential agent in that market to help them sell their home? Absolutely. What is that? That's a referral. So that's a great way to connect. Another resource that we provide our agents to help them generate seller leads is a text code. So this text code is list with exit. When you text list with exit to the number 85377, it gives the consumers the ability to preview all the tools and resources that you're able to give their home maximum exposure. Now, this is a tool that's especially important because it talks about the expert marketing suite, but it talks about it from a consumer perspective, that here's what you get when you work with an exit agent. They have these tools that helps them maximize viewing of your home, right? Giving your home maximum exposure. So our exit associates who leverage this text code really love to share this the night before the listing presentation. And the reason that is because it gives potential sellers the opportunity to really understand before the exit agent comes to the appointment. So by the time they get there, they already are well versed, and wow, you've got a lot of great tools and resources in this very short video. So I would encourage you, if you haven't already, write this down, text list with exit to 85377 so that you can see the short 2-minute, 49-second video that explains to consumers in consumer terms what it means to work with an agent who's empowered with tools. The other to generate seller leads is also within the Exit Realty Connect app. The associates are able to send what's called a seller guide. And this is especially important. I know a personal story from one of our broker owners in Chicago. He was getting his oil changed. While he was sitting down getting his oil changed, he was sending his seller guide to a few contacts that he had been in contact with. Just by sitting there waiting in the lobby, he's sending his digital seller guide to potential sellers. That is an incredible value where you can fill in those micro moments throughout the day and share information to someone who they want information on demand. They want that partner, right? They want that relationship where you're giving them value, not a sales pitch. You're giving them useful tools to help them make an informed decision. Now, the leads that we help our agents generate through our technology, that's free. We don't charge our exit associates when we're on any of the leads that they're getting. In fact, not only do we provide them the tools, we teach them how to use it. And the leads that they're generating are free, and they love that. So they use them quite often. So to wrap up this presentation, the next couple minutes, what we encourage, what we see our agents leveraging is the tools. And it enables them to be a resource to their buyers and their sellers. The more people that they connect with to just share, hey, I'm a resource to you. If you have questions about real estate, they're able to utilize the various building blocks to reinforce their value. So the more people they meet, every time they connect with them, they're sharing them different tools and resources. They all connect with each other. They're all branded, they're all useful, and it reinforces the agent's branding. So it never stops. It never stops the agent. They're constantly adding value and they're reinforcing that they are a real estate resource. So you might be wondering, well, let me ask you, at what point do you stop, right? You never stop. You want to make sure that people remember that you are available to serve them with any of their questions, whether they're buyers or sellers, and you have resources. But at some point, you do need to stop, right? When these hunks deliver that restraining order, it is time. It's time to stop bothering them, right? No, but in all seriousness, you want to be a resource to your audience, that you are someone that's approachable and friendly and helpful, available. You provide them with quick information, how they want it, right? When they want it, that's when they start to see the value of what you can provide them. And I just, when you think about the tools and resources that agents need today, what you need is you need tools that are innovative. And you also need a company that loves you enough to teach you how to use them. And as changes evolve for buyers and sellers, the technology also needs to evolve and change to continue to meet and surpass their needs. So thank you so much for joining me today. I had especially a great time talking about sellers and buyers and how you can leverage Exit's tools and resources. I look forward to seeing you again. Remember, we're here on the fourth Wednesday of every month at noon Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to we have additional resources. You can connect with us on Facebook at Exit Realty Corp International. We love to share information. Why? Because we want to be the solution. It's true. If there's a need out there in the industry, we want to talk about it and see what resources do we have that can help those solutions. And information is so important, right? Knowledge is growth. You can also go to our YouTube channel. Let me give you a quick text code that you can text to, because I know you've got your mobile device in hand. When you text Exit TV to the number 85377, you'll connect in our YouTube channel or with our YouTube channel. Go to playlists. We have lots of technology webinars that we've recorded. I think there's at least 53 or 54. That's a lot. Like, you could watch a webinar, a techinar that we've done. You could watch one every week this year and never run out, because we're going to continue to add more. So we encourage that you do. And if you know someone in real estate that could benefit from that, please share it, because when we help everyone grow, that's a great thing. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.